Alrighty, everybody, welcome to Casual Sports Talk Podcast, Week 1 NFL Stocks Edition! Yay! We did it! And now we got a gentleman right over here who's still sad and he wants Shador to start soon. Here's Chris.
I don't think. I mean, Joe Flacco had 2 interceptions. If I want Shador to Sanders to start soon, that's a bold statement. It was more or less our kicker that messed up the winning ability for the Browns to beat the Cincinnati Bengals. But it's not Joe Flacco's fault. It's not the quarterback's fault. It's clearly special teams kicker, Mr. Andre Schmidt.
Yeah, but it's okay. But indeed, and now we got a gentleman right over here who realizes that he got screwed over by the CeeDee Lamb trade also. Here's Douglas.
Ooh, the CeeDee Lamb trade there.
CeeDee Lamb trade.
Michael Parsons.
Was it what did that do?
Yeah, what did that have?
What was that? Yeah, I guess, dude. I don't know. It is what it is. The Packers are legit, man.
The Packers do look legit. And honestly, gentlemen, before we get started in the podcast and we talk about the rankings, what did you think about Week 1 NFL? And was it amazing or was it amazing?
I mean, surprise. The game that surprised me, obviously the Packers being the Lions, but more or less, I think it was the Buccaneers to overcome the Falcons. Because weren't the Falcons leading in the fourth quarter?
They were leading in the fourth, and then the Buccaneers scored a touchdown, and then Younghoe Koo couldn't kick the field goal at the end.
Oh, really? So Younghoe Koo missed it for the Falcons?
Missed it for the Falcons.
Wow, and that could have tied the game up at 23.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah, so for all of our listeners and viewers out there, I was at the Browns-Bengals game, so I didn't pay attention to I didn't pay attention to any of the 1 o'clock games, missed a lot of the 4 o'clock games. But yeah, heck of a ride for this opening week of the NFL season.
It's been a fun week, honestly. This was a really good week of NFL. I'm happy football's back, baby. And I feel like I think there's honestly maybe more parity now. I feel like this week has shown.
So when you say parity, what do you mean by that? Like, what do you
like? There's not like a, oh my God, the Eagles are just like going to dominate and it's going to win the Super Bowl again, or the Chiefs are going to be dominating, going to win the Super Bowl again.
Well, I mean, the Eagles could dominate. They're 1-0, but yeah, the Chiefs, you're right. They're 0-1. And Stuart, that was your favorite to win the Super Bowl.
Hey, when we get to the Chiefs, I'm just saying it wasn't like it was bad, but it wasn't like there's other teams I might be low in that stock.
Yeah, real quick before we get started, I know you and Doug, so Stuart and Doug were riding high on the Dolphins, and man, they got embarrassed against the
that was a surprise for me for sure.
The Dolphins. It's so funny because like a lot of podcasts are like the Dolphins are low. Dolphins, I can see them screw up. They were right.
I mean, it doesn't really. I mean, I was watching highlights when I got home after that Browns-Bengals game, and man, I know Tyreek Hill wasn't happy. Jalen Waddle didn't know how to react to Tyreek Hill's unhappiness. Then Tua, he I'm not sure what he finished, percentage-wise throwing, but man, it didn't really seem like it was clicking for the Dolphins for another year in a row. So, hey, it's only week 1, so yeah, 17 more weeks to figure this thing out?
Yeah, 17 more weeks, but that's not a good week 1. I will say that. That's a bad week 1. But now, gentlemen, we got to talk about our rankings, where we talk about each week. We're doing a 1 through 10 on the rankings on the teams that you think are going to at least make it to the Super Bowl. 1, we always say it, the teams that are trash, the teams that are garbage, teams that will probably be really bad this season.
Heck yeah.
I'm just saying the Brownies might be that one. I'm just saying Cleveland Browns. Maybe we should call them the Cleveland Clowns.
I mean, I'd agree with that. That was the one game. Well, not the one game, but that was a game that we should have won. But yeah.
Yes, the 2s are probably teams that are going to be also bad. Them Giants looking like a 2 right now. Honestly, I might switch them to the 1.
Tennessee Titans. Yeah, the Giants only put up 6 points. Ooh, that's embarrassing.
That is very embarrassing.
Yeah, tough divisional opponent, though, when you're playing away in Washington.
Yeah, but still, it was not the best game. And then the 3s are mostly the bad, beating up bad teams or teams that are just kind of in the limbo right now. You better not put my Cowboys in the 3. I'm just saying, Douglas.
Why not?
They're not a 3. Not a 3.
Says who?
That's your own
Says
opinion.
who, Stu? Says who, Stu?
I am the podcast god, and I can do what I want.
We'll see about that.
How dare you? How dare you? 4, you're going to probably put my Cowboys on there, but that's okay. Those are the mid teams I feel like they're pretty much mid. Seattle Seahawks probably might be in that mid category this week. 5 are the teams that are in the worst division or in football hell. Not the Packers. They're not hitting that one. I'm thinking the Bengals will probably be on there. And then we got the fun parts, which is basically the 6 making the playoffs. Them Texans might be still making that playoffs. 7 is winning a playoff game. Probably not going to be those Lions this week, but we'll see. Number 8, definitely making the AFC NFC Championship. Maybe it might be Green Bay. We'll see when we do our stock options. 9's making the Super Bowl. I don't know if we'll have anybody in the Super Bowl. And 10 is guaranteed Lombardi, which I'm putting the Dallas Cowboys is a guaranteed Lombardi.
And that's why your opinion is wrong, Stu.
Oh, yeah. You're telling me that's not going to happen?
I mean, they put up a good fight against the Eagles, but definitely not a 10. No team right now should be a 10.
I don't think any team should be a 9 this week. I'm just saying.
I agree. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Yes, but we can start with my Dallas Cowboys, who put up a good fight, but unfortunately lost to the evil empire of the worst Eagles, 20-24. So I will start as a Dallas Cowboys fan. How did I feel about it? Last week, I think I gave them a 5, and then Douglas gave them a 5, and Christopher, you gave them the 6. So for right now,
wow, I was most confident. All right,
you were the most confident right there. So we're gonna start with myself first. How do I feel about the Cowboys? They did come close. I feel like they could have won this game. If CeeDee Lamb didn't drop the ball multiple times, 3 times. Dak was not fault for this game. I think they did really well. The defense, I'm not going to lie, the defense the first half, they looked like trash. They did not look good. They were giving up a lot of points.
I don't want to interrupt. It's your segment right now, Stuart, because you're on the clock. But I mean, A.J. Brown and CeeDee Lamb, they pretty much cancel each other out. 2 all-star or all-pro wide receivers, and they get CeeDee Lamb, he had 17 fantasy points, but A.J. Brown really threw in the dumpster for the Eagles.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe the Cowboys should have won because they had a better wide receiver core over here in this game.
Yeah, I just feel like they should have won this game, and this is like a tough one because I feel like they should have won. I mean, they're 0-1. I know next week they got to play against, I believe it is the Giants, and let's be honest, the Giants look like dog turds right now. So let's not even don't let me get started on that dog turd of an organization. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. I'm facts here. I'm facts here, gentlemen.
Sir, it's week 1. We can't speak facts just yet.
Facts. But I feel like I'm going to go, and this is my rule. For week 1, for the teams that lose, I'm not going to lower them down, in my opinion, if the game was close. Now, there were some teams that they looked very much turd burglary, and they lost badly. I will definitely lower them down. But for right now, I think I'll keep them at the 5 because you know what? They were at least competitive with the Eagles. They only lost by 4 points. So I know it's a loss to the loss. But hey, they were close to a Super Bowl winning team. You can't be mad at that one.
Stu, how many points did they lose by?
4.
Yeah. I want a 4, Stu.
Why?
Get them down.
Why?
I mean, Stu, they did nothing in the second half. They had a nice start, but they were just flatlined after halftime. And, I don't know. There was moments where maybe they should have won it, but it felt uninspiring, unfortunately.
Are you blaming on the weather?
I don't know what I'm blaming, Stu, but it was a rough second half.
Definitely.
Probably the weather played a factor, but I think there was a huge delay in there, right?
Yeah, there was a huge delay.
Was that delay in the game in Philadelphia or the game in Brazil?
No, that was a game in Philadelphia.
That was the game in Philadelphia with the lightning strike.
Yeah, it was about an hour. The delay was, and the game didn't end until like midnight ish.
Nice.
So, but how dare you give him 4? Why do you have to give him the 4?
Well, let's do. They're one Micah Parsons away from a 5.
Boo! Boo! Hey,
That's
we
what I'm
all
saying about
lost
that.
this week. You can't just. I'm just saying.
Dude, I'll have my fun with the Lions too. Nobody said that these Lions are immune.
Oh, don't worry. I'm definitely lowering the score.
Yeah, did Jerry Jones ever say in a post game conference like, "Oh man, like had we had Micah Parsons, we only would have gave up 14 points in the first half instead of 21."
No,
I mean, I doubt he said that because that'd be ownership.
He said Michael instead of Micah in the press conference, which is like.
Oh, okay, well, I mean, Jerry Jones. I know he has more billions more worth than I do, but maybe he's getting to that age where he needs maybe have someone else run the team.
Yeah, I still support a cognitive test for Jerry Jones. I'm just saying. Can we get that?
Speaking of getting that, I'll give you my point system right here. Stuart, you kept them at a 5. Doug lowered them from a 5 to a 4. I'm lowering them from a 6 to a 5.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's great and all. They like I mentioned like 3 minutes ago, it's cool that they kept up with the reigning Super Bowl champions. But do they really have what it takes? I mean, I'm sure they'll get a week 2 victory. They play at home against the New York Giants. They scored 6 points in their opener.
I mean, and mind you,
lost to the Commanders. So yeah, I think my stock value might increase next week for the Cowboys, but right now they lost, and right now they're a 5.
Yeah, and I will say, mind you, this is we have beaten the Giants for the last time the Giants have beaten the Cowboys is 2016. That's how long.
At home or just in general?
In general, both
Really?
home and away.
Wow.
Let's put it that way.
Well, still, what was their last Super Bowl?
In the Cowboys or the Giants?
The Giants.
Well, it's
2011. Oh,
yeah.
That's 15 years almost. Holy guacamole.
Yeah, so we can now make fun of the Giants now. It's been that long.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's my rule. Once you get past the 15-year mark, yeah, we can make fun of a team for sucking for a long time. But I mean, they're still the Derps. But anyway, we're gonna get on when we get on to the Giants when we talk about the Giants. But now we got to talk about the EIGLES Eagles, or one announcer. EIGLES Eagles.
Wait, did announcer say EI?
No, he asked a fan. This was on like the Super Bowl, and the guy misspelled it. He's like EIGLES Eagles.
Well, I mean, a lot of people misspell Eagles. Like I think I watched the one thing. It was like during the Super Bowl run, and I think I doubt if it was the mayor of Philadelphia, but it was someone higher up. And she's like, yeah, EGLED. Yeah. Like what letters went where. So, yeah, it's a simple 6-letter word to spell,
I mean, I'm not the best speller in the world, but I even knew what Eagles spelling is. But anyway,
if they can't spell Eagles, have them try to spell Philadelphia. Good luck with that.
Good luck with that. But we got to talk about, I guess we can talk about with you, Christopher, about the Jalen Carter incident that happened in this game where literally before the first play, Jalen Carter spit at Dak Prescott, getting him ejected from the game.
One word, smart. Smart.
You think that's smart?
And I say it because his punishment was $57,222. That goes to the NFL Players Association, more than likely. But also it was a 1-game suspension. And since he didn't play one single down, that first game was his 1-game suspension. So he'll still be playing. He'll still be playing. Who do the Eagles play this upcoming week? They play in Kansas City. So his 1-game suspension already happened. So it might help out the Eagles in the long run or the short run because this next game is against see how the Kansas City Chiefs are doing. But what did we give the Eagles this last week?
Last week I should say it. So last week we gave the Eagles
Probably a
Let's
7,
get
right?
sevens. We all gave them
7.
sevens. So this week.
All right, yes. So yeah, keep them at a 7. I mean, they're not an outstanding team. I don't like we mentioned. I don't think we're going to give any teams an 8, 9, or 10. We might give an 8, but I'm not going to give any team an 8 more than likely, especially in the AFC and not here in the NFC. So yes, I'm comfortable with a 7 for sure.
Yes. Now I guess I should ask for you, Douglas. So there's a conspiracy, Zapruder film style, that apparently Dak spit first, even though he spit on the ground. And apparently the spitting on the ground like hovered all the way up into hitting Jalen Carter, and that's why he retaliated.
Yeah, that's not.
Yeah.
I did. I'm not gonna lie though. I did see that. Oddly enough.
Yeah.
You did see it. No kidding.
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up, and it looked. I mean, he definitely spit in the direction of him. To be fair, it wasn't like straight on the ground turning his head. It was like straight but slightly off center.
But still, it was like there were still like two like of his players were there. It wasn't like he was like super close or anything like that.
Yeah.
And also, I think one of their Eagles' top players also got injured, also, so that's not good. I think he might be out for the season.
Was he defense or offense?
I think it might be defense, but I'm not 100% sure. But we'll start with you, Douglas. What's your thoughts about the Eagles?
I mean, they didn't look like dominant. Like that's the challenge I have with them is like they weren't particularly dominant. They were solid. They won, but like I don't know. Like I do think that they're going to be a little bit worse on defense this year. I mean, that first half, like the Cowboys did whatever they wanted. Like CD Lamb was wide open every play. Like yeah, he had some drops late, but like CD put on a heck of a first half. So, I mean, I do think that the Eagles are – I'm going to give them a 7 still. Like, they're not quite in that, guaranteed NFC championship. Honestly, there was more impressive teams in the NFC this week.
Yeah, that's why I kind of feel like it would – and I agree with you. And it's kind of funny. It's like people are probably thinking, oh, you hate the Eagles much. And, yes, I do hate the Eagles as much as the Fiery 1,000 Suns. But I kind of feel like if this was any other team, I feel like they should have been a lot more dominant, I feel like, against the Cowboys, because I feel like the Cowboys are still in this mid to, like, football hell category right now, and I feel like they should be beating them like at least 15 to 20 points at this game. You know what I mean? To like at least see there. I mean, if CeeDee Lamb makes those catches and those third downs and fourth downs, they might lose this game, and then I might be like, okay. But they did win the game.
They won the game. The good teams know how to win the game.
They do.
Like I would say, a win is a win. Doesn't matter how you get it. A win is a win.
That's the one thing. A win is a win. Number one. Number two, we got to see how like Jalen Carter acts next week. He probably needs to calm it down. He did apologize about the incident, but he definitely needs to not let his anger in spitting at Dak. I don't care how much like Dak said something. I don't think it's warranted to do that at all. So I would say that to any player. You should just use your anger. If someone says something, I mean, it's NFL. People talk trash and all that stuff. Use the anger to like when you're playing plays, not before the plays.
Exactly. So, what do you think about? Well, never mind. I'll keep it NFL. I'll stop.
All right. I would say I know it was a tough week for you, Douglas, and your football teams. I'm just saying.
Stu, it was a bad weekend as football as a whole, man. I was the first one out in the guillotine league.
Reversed it. Oh,
I didn't even think about that, Doug. Yeah, real bad weekend for you.
Bad weekend for you.
Wolverines lost, Lions lost. I'm out in guillotine. It wasn't my favorite weekend.
It was not a great weekend, and
Do you at least win in our fantasy football league?
Not in ours. No, Xavier Worthy got hurt on the second play or third play, and so he was my flex.
You know who won?
Yeah,
sure. You beat me by like 1 point or something like that nature. Good job, heck yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because Zay Flowers went off on Sunday night.
Yeah, let's go Zay Flowers. But anyway, I am going to give them the 7 for right now. I feel like honestly they have to do a little bit better for me to give them the 8 for right now. I think they have to beat at least a tougher opponent, or at least be dominant.
Yeah, gotta be somebody tougher than the Cowboys. I like the way you said that, Stu. Very nice.
We're a tough opponent. We came close.
Well, you just said that they need to be a tougher opponent. So I'm just saying your own words, Stu. I didn't do anything fancy.
Okay, I might have messed up. Okay. Stop it. It's too much. It's too
Stu,
much.
we all know the Cowboys aren't a tough opponent. It's okay.
We are a tough opponent on the inside. Okay.
On the inside, yeah, but not on the exterior.
But now we got to talk about these Kansas City Chiefs who lost.
Wait, why are we talking about the Kansas City Chiefs? We're not going to talk about the divisions as it doesn't matter how we do it. Let's go.
No, we're going by like who they played.
Okay,
so,
all right.
Yeah,
we're doing it.
Yeah, we're doing it on the Friday. So we're talking about the Brazil game where the Kansas City Chiefs lost to the Chargers 21-27. Yeah, the Chiefs did not look as great on this week. But we'll start with you, Christopher. It's interesting because last week when you talked about the Kansas City Chiefs, you gave them a 7.
Nice. So, no surprise in that. So I was really riding high on the Chiefs, especially when I found out the stat that Andy Reid all time when he's losing against the Chargers, all time he's 7-2. So going in halftime, I mean, Chiefs were down 13-6. I thought Andy Reid was going to be able to pull off a game-winning second half. It's not what happened. Chiefs. I mean, like Doug mentioned it, either last week or 2 weeks ago, Chiefs possibly being a 9-8 team. And like I texted you guys over the weekend, that 9-8 is looking more promising than a team that's 12-5.
But, yeah. But I think this is against
Stu, but how did you talk about the Chargers going into the season though?
I thought the Chargers
you gave them like a 5, didn't you? You were like pretty low on the Chargers.
Okay, I might give them a 6, but I'm not thinking that this team's like trash now.
The Chargers look really good, but for we're talking about the Chiefs right now.
Yeah.
Game of 7 last week. Man, it's so hard not to see the Chiefs like make it at least to the second round of the playoffs, even with whether it's a bye or a win. Oh man, but they lost.
They did
21, dude.
But I will say that it's better when they lose. I'm just saying they do.
I did make this memorable last year when we did the podcast. It's about how they're currently playing, not where we see them. You know, we can see the Chiefs possibly make it to the AFC Championship game, but are they going to make it to the AFC Championship game if they're currently playing where they're going to lose to a team that are the Chargers? So yeah, give me a 6 for the Chiefs.
It pains me.
I know. We all know Stuart.
I mean, like I gave them a 5 last week, didn't I? Like I can't obviously raise them up. They looked like trash.
They're not a mid team. Do not tell them they're mid team.
Well, Stu, let me have my moment.
Okay.
I can't. I mean, I'm not dropping them down, Stu. Like they're still just a 5.
Okay.
But there's a good chance there, Stu. They're going 0-2. They're about to start 0-2. What are you going to do when your Chiefs are 0-2 after the Eagles go into Kansas City and stomp them down?
I'm just saying, okay, there might be a shot that might happen. I don't know. Or there could be a shot that might not happen. So
give me my money.
I'm going to get my money. It is my money. And the Chiefs find a way to cheat. You know what they also lost a couple years ago? They lost to the Lions. And you know what they did? They won a Super Bowl.
That's great, Stu. They looked a lot better in that Lions game than this one, though. Yeah. They made it close-ish late because man, oh man, like the Chargers just felt like they had control of that game the whole time.
Yeah, I think that's a tough part. But I honestly, okay, we're going back. I guess it's not my opinion. What do I think about the Kansas City Chiefs? I gave them a 9. I'm going to keep them at the no. I mean, they did lose that game. I think the Chargers look good. I don't think the Chiefs are going to fall apart, but I think I'll probably lower them down to that 7. I think for right now, I think they got to prove a little bit just to see how it goes right there. I can't lower them down to I'm never going to count them out just yet. I'll lower them down a little bit because I know my hype and my Chiefs hype, and I was like, oh, this is the Chiefs, this is their year. But yeah, I think I'll lower them down to the 7 for right now. They do got to play a tough opponent next week against the Philadelphia Eagles. We'll see it. Can they beat Philly? That's going to be a tough opponent, but we'll see.
Yeah, it's going to be a good game.
Sure. Did I hear you say that you gave the Chiefs last week a 9?
Yeah. Yes.
Wow. A two value drop right there. That's great. So median is 6. Perfect.
Median 6 is indeed right there. And now,
Let's go.
also they cost me $5 because I picked the Chiefs over the freaking Chargers. Thanks, Vanguard. Thanks, DraftKings, for that.
Oh, FanDuel, gotcha.
Yeah, and now we're going to start with myself about the LA Chargers, who did have a win. It's a very good win right there. Last week I gave them the 5. They did beat a good Chiefs team. That is a good one, even though it's a neutral site. It's in São Paulo, Brazil. They did look good. Justin Herbert looked really good in this game. I got to give him credit for that one. I mean, it's kind of crazy. Justin Herbert's career, this is the 3rd time the Chargers have beaten the Chiefs in his NFL career. That is a weird stat. Yes.
How many years has he been in the league?
Yeah, that was my question. I was about to
5
ask
years.
that.
5 years. It's almost
5 years.
So that's that's not terrible.
Yeah,
To
three
be, that whole
times.
time the Chiefs have been a dynasty that have won multiple Super Bowls.
Yeah.
It's not surprising to have a losing record against a dynasty.
I mean,
Right.
yeah. So I'll give him credit for that one. That is a good thing. I think I'll bump them up a little bit. I think the Chargers, last week I gave them a 5 and the rest of you, but I think I might give them the 6 for right now. I think they can definitely, this looks like last year's Chargers, but the only thing is I don't know. I don't feel comfortable to get them to that 7 or 8 because it's like, can they make it to that past that Lombardi's? Not Lombardi's. Can they get past to win a playoff game? That's their biggest hurdle for Justin Herbert right now. Is can they win a playoff game?
I agree with you 100%, Stuart. I picked the Chargers in our stock options, but I picked them solely because, one, I believe they were going to beat the Chiefs, and they did just that. But I picked them. I didn't think they were going to bump up to a 7, which I'll keep them at a 6 right here. But yeah, just to play it safe, keep I got 2 stock options for the Chargers, so keep me at $12 right there. Well, out of my other options, but yeah. I mean, plus if the Chargers, who are they playing this next week? Let's see who they got on the drawing board. What are they playing on a Monday night, Sunday night?
Wait,
what are the Chargers playing?
Yeah, can look it up.
Chargers, where'd they go? Chargers, where'd you go? Oh, there we go. So they do play on Monday night. There's 2 Monday night games on this upcoming week, and I love when the NFL does that because they keep us entertained all Monday night.
Why is
Buccaneers at Texans, 7 p.m., then Chargers in Las Vegas, 10 p.m. So, yeah, I think next week, possibly the Chargers can bump up to a 7. But like I said, we'll always play it by ear.
Yeah, we'll play it by ear right there. And now, Douglas, what is your thoughts on the Chargers?
I mean, they look like a team that can win a playoff game. That's how I thought. They looked physical. Their defense was a Jim Harbaugh defense. Herbert was amazingly efficient. They weren't super conservative. I thought they were just going to run the ball that last 3rd down. It's like, oh, man, this is why the Chiefs always win. And then they went for it. They made the big play. Like, it was an aggressive play calling. I mean, I was impressed. Like, they had control of this game, in my opinion, the whole time. And so, I mean, I am going to bump them up to a 7. Like, I thought they looked fantastic.
Oh,
nice.
I don't know. Yeah, I guess we'll see. I mean, next week they got to play against the Raiders, and I don't think the Raiders are that good. But
exactly, yeah, Raiders didn't look. I mean, they still won a game, but yeah,
that's why which is funny because I did pick on my stock option, but I'm like,
stock options stocks don't bump up overnight. Well, some do, but when it comes to the NFL, yeah, let them sizzle and take time on that old grill.
Yeah, so it would be interesting. I mean, that's a good question. I should say it. Can they win a playoff game? That's their only hope. I think that's their only thing. Can Herbert get that Herbert hump right over there? I mean, that's going to be the tough one right there. And now we got the closest game. I think we should change it. We all gave them 6s. They went.
Wait, we all gave them a 6, even me?
Yes.
Really? Wow.
We were all hoping that the Dolphins were going to be good, but apparently the Dolphins decided to become the Miami Dolphins, losing incredibly fashionable. Like, it is a blowouts of the blowouts right here. And I believe they lost by like 20. It was like 20 points.
Yeah, 25, 33-8 the final.
Yes.
Did they go for 2? Yeah, they must have. Yeah, they
Yeah.
did. Yeah.
They looked. This is probably the one awful game. It's so funny to think about it. Like them and the Giants are the only two teams that they had. It looked awful. So we'll start with you, Christopher.
Only 2 teams that did awful. You mean by lose by more than 20 points?
Yeah, it looked like awful.
I know. Giants lost by 15, so more than 15, I guess.
Yeah.
So we gave the Dolphins a 6 last week. Obviously, I don't think we should stand on our 6s, but everyone has their own opinion. Give them, man, just the way they played. Oh my goodness! In Indianapolis, Colts have? They have Daniel Jones as
They
their
had
starter.
Daniel Jones. They make Daniel Jones look like this is like.
He looks like prime Russell Wilson out
He
there.
looks like prime Manning.
Yeah,
It's like the reincarnation of Manning right now.
I think I mentioned it before our podcast started. Tyreek Hill was yelling at players on the sideline. Maybe just one player. I don't want to, use my, say plural because don't want Tyreek Hill coming after me, just in case.
He's coming after you now.
Tyreek or Tua, he looked imbalanced. Man, it was a mess. So I'm going from a 6 to a 4.
Oh.
Yeah, based on the way they played, like because we give the 5s to teams that just barely miss the playoffs. And if the Dolphins keep continuing what they're doing, they're not going to barely miss the playoffs. They will certainly miss the playoffs with a big period at the end of that statement.
Yeah. That's up to you, Douglas.
I mean, well said. Just give me the 4. Like, there's nothing more to say. They were horrendous.
Yeah. Like, I honestly, and it's up to me, man. Man, you're like, that's your thoughts. You're like horrendous, Douglas. That is your
I mean, you made Daniel Jones look unbelievable. I think the safety for the Colts said that they basically just absolutely rattled Tua, which they obviously did. I mean, Tua was awful. Tyreek Hill didn't do anything. Like, that was just a disaster of a performance all the way around.
I mean, I'm sure this happened in the fourth quarter when they were down 30-0 already. I didn't realize they put Zach Wilson in. Like I said, that's probably during the fourth quarter.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
bad. I have to say this. This might be the biggest drop right there, gentlemen. I'm not thinking that this team's a 4. I'm thinking this team is atrocious. How do you lose embarrassingly against the Colts? Like, Mike McDaniel might be fired by the end of the season if they continue this. I think, we should do predictions. Will Mike McDaniel get the pink slip by the end of the year?
He might get fired before the end of the year because I was listening to the radio on the way to and from the work, and they said if he continues with this trend, I'm not sure how many games he needs to lose, but he could easily end up as with the head coach for the Dolphins who has the worst winning percentage.
My God, and that's including like Nick Saban.
The one radio station I did listen to, they did say, when is Tyreek Hill going to go back to the Kansas City Chiefs?
Yeah, I think
I did like that question indeed.
Yeah, I think Tyreek is like, man, did I make a right choice going to Miami?
It's not all about money sometimes.
Yeah, based on the legal trouble I've heard, he should go back to Kansas City.
Yeah,
Miami's not a good territory for him.
Yeah, like that, and also like, didn't he beat up his girlfriend?
Yeah, that's why I
allegedly,
said
Stu. Allegedly.
Sorry, allegedly.
Just like Deshaun Watson had all those alleged cases against him. Never found
he
guilty.
allegedly just settled out of court.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh wait, but no,
like Doug said, money doesn't always talk, but I'll say it, sometimes money does talk.
Yes, but
hey, let's go back to what we're talking about so we don't get off tangent here.
But the Dolphins, they got to get a 3. I think this is honestly the most atrocious team. Like, I think this is honestly, they're only going to beat a bad team. This team's not making the playoffs. If they play like this, they're not making a postseason.
I'll give the Dolphins the 3 next week when they lose to the Patriots.
Yeah, I honestly don't think they could beat the Patriots.
I think they could.
I don't know. Are you telling me? Look what they made Daniel Jones look like. The Derp Man made him look like this is peak Peyton.
Yeah, I mean the Patriots. Yeah, we'll figure that out next week when we talk about that. But I I don't think the Dolphins will lose to the Patriots.
I don't know. Maybe we'll see. We'll see how it goes. And now I guess I'll talk about the Indianapolis Colts, who curb stomped the hell out of the Dolphins. Daniel Jones might be MVP right now. It's kind of funny because like people were pretty much like when the coach was like, man, we should take Anthony Richardson or Daniel Jones. And then they're like, Daniel Jones. And everyone's like, you guys are idiots. But then look at that. It worked out. I'll give him credit.
What did we give the Colts last week?
So the Colts right now, so in the Tree podcast, if I remember correctly, we gave the Indianapolis Colts.
Well, what did we give them last week? Or
yeah, the preseason.
I don't know.
We all give. I gave him a 5. Tree actually, urinating Tree gave him a 5. Chris gave him a 5, and Douglas gave him a 4.
Nice. Looks like 5 for the Colts.
But I don't think this Colts is that good. The Colts are not going to make a postseason. I know they curb stomped against the Dolphins, but I think it's honestly more the Dolphins are looking bad than the Colts looking good. I am not impressed with the Colts.
I don't know, Stu. They look pretty good.
But I just don't feel like it's Daniel the Derp Jones.
Sure, now
you have a lot of bias showing today, I dare say.
Yeah, now
I do. Yes, I do.
So, sir, a lot of quarterbacks don't fit in their initial systems. Like Daniel Jones, where did he go to? Where did he even play? The Giants first, and now he's playing on where he's playing at the Colts. So he might not work in the Giants system, but maybe he found where he's supposed to be with the Colts. You know,
he just Sam Darnold it.
You can't bully me right here. I'm giving them the 5 right now. I'm keeping it at the 5 right now. They ain't making no postseason. Daniel Jones ain't making no postseason.
I mean, all right, let's see. What did the Jaguars do? I mean, obviously the Jaguars won, but they beat the Panthers by 16. And I bring up the Jaguars because right now I'm looking at 2 teams in the AFC South. You have the Jaguars and the Colts. And what team is going to win the division out of that? You said we gave the Colts a 5 last week?
Yes.
All right, bump them up to a 6 for me.
What? Oh.
And sure, like I always say, where are they currently playing at? Based on their skill level that we saw on Sunday, they're playing like a team that could win the division, make the playoffs. Obviously, we know the AFC has a top tier contenders. Well, Ravens and the Bills. I'm not sure so much about the Chiefs anymore. That was a slight on you, Stu. But yeah, the Colts, the way they're playing right now, yeah, they can make the playoffs by winning their division.
Yeah, no, I once again I agree with Mr. Theodore. I do think that they proved to be very legit. I mean, I'm bumping them up 2 points because like you don't dominate a team that well and like not be at least a theoretical playoff team.
Well, you know who also dominated the Cowboys in Week 1 last year against the Browns?
Oh, thanks for bringing up last year, Stu. That's great.
Yeah, but was they dominant, or is it more the team was trash?
It's a good question, Stu.
I mean, what the Browns got top 5 overall pick? No, number 2, right? So yeah, it looks like the more trash team back then was the Browns. Well, it still is the Browns, but
well, Stu, I want a 6. That's all I know.
Let's go. Right. Median 6, Colts.
All right. But I still feel like okay, we'll see how the Colts do next week. But still, I'm just like, this is the Colts. I'm just saying right here. And now,
I mean, Colts do have a tough matchup at home against the Broncos, so you never.
That is a tough one. That is a tough one. And now we got another one. The JETX Jets. Unfortunately, lost to a field goal, 34-32 right there. Justin Fields could not get it there in the end.
Justin Fields missing field goals. No, I'm just kidding. It wasn't Justin.
Now I'll start with you, Christopher. What is your thoughts about the Jets?
Yeah, I mean, our boy Chris Boswell, the 60-yarder to win the game. Man, with a minute left. What did we give the Jets last week? Probably a 4 or 5.
You gave him 3. Douglas gave him a 4, and I gave him a 1.
You gave him 1, Douglas with a 3 or 4. Sorry, I was looking at other things.
Oh, Chris gave him a 3, and Douglas, gave him a 4.
Wow, no kidding. Doug with Mr. Optimism.
I was feeling it.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, Jets are leading pretty much the entire game here. Well, besides when the Steelers went up 10-9. But besides that, going into the fourth quarter, Jets at home, what are you doing? Man, yikes. Honestly, they still scored 32 points at home. Opening weekend, not bad. Justin Fields looked way better playing for the Jets than he did with the Steelers. But I'm gonna keep him at a 3. I'm not gonna scoop him down to a 2 because what didn't we rule like if you're at 2 spot, is that like bottom or top 2 draft picks for the next season?
That's like 3 to 5 or 3 to 6.
3 to 5. Okay,
Yeah.
so I don't think the Jets are there just yet because I don't think that they'll be a top 5 pick overall. But they're on the verge of it if they keep. I mean, you can't give up that many points in the fourth quarter and get him. But hey, Aaron Rodgers, he's back.
Hey, if we're using that logic, the Ravens got to fall way down. But I'm going to leave them at a 4. I think I was impressed with the offense. I mean, Rodgers did Rodgers things, but like this team showed me something. They're definitely better than last year with Justin Fields at the helm and Aaron Glenn coaching them up. So I'm not going to drop them down for any of that.
Yeah, I kind of feel like the JETX Jets has been. They looked a little bit better, but there's still some faults. But I think I hate to say it, Douglas. I think you guys are right that I shouldn't probably give them the 1. But I think for right now, I'll keep it at the 1 until they win the game.
Yeah, and that's what disappoints me so much. Like I always say, you're like teach your own opinion. But I don't think the Jets are a 1. But hey, I mean you can't go up when they lost.
Yeah, they did lose that game, unfortunately. I feel like maybe I'll wait and we'll see the win, but I can see them being like a 2-3 team right now. I'm just not feeling the JET. I just feel like they could have done a little bit better, but yeah, just that field goal, bad breaks, and unfortunately a fumble cost them. So unfortunately, that's why the JETX still SUCK sucks. And now we got to talk about some killers right now, or I should say some serial killers, because a couple things in the press conference. Apparently, Tomlin said his kicker was like a killer, i.e. serial killer.
I mean, when you're hitting a 60-yard field goal to win the game, that's a pretty killer move right there.
It is a pretty killer move. Aaron Rodgers got his revenge on the JETX Jets. Even though, granted, I feel like it was more his fault than I would say the organization's fault on that one, Douglas. So what do we give the Steelers? And I will say last week when we gave the Steelers, we all gave them right there 6. Actually, you gave them a 5.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm going to keep them at a 5 still.
Yeah.
Like, they won, granted, but it was against the Jets. Like, it was a game that, honestly, they probably should have lost. They did win it. It was kind of a fun story, but, like, I don't know. I still don't feel like this is a playoff squad to me.
Yeah. It's so funny because I did put a lot of my money on my stock options on the Steelers. I was like, okay, they're going to win this one. But but I didn't think they won decisively. This is not really – I don't think the Jets are that good.
Yeah, no, that's kind of how I feel.
Yeah, and I feel like I will raise a team if it's only 2 options. One, you beat like a good squad. If you beat like a good squad team and you're kind of in the middling, then you know what? I'm going to bump you up a little bit. You know what? But if you're like the Steelers and you have to win on a 60-yard field goal, I know win's a win. I'm just not impressed. I'm not really impressed with them right now. I still don't feel like – I feel like they're probably going to be in Tree's worst nightmare, which is probably going to be 8-8-1 or 9-8. I just don't feel like this team is going to like maybe at best 10-7, but I feel like this is like this is the destiny of the Pittsburgh Steelers is going to do is either going to make a postseason and just get their asses kicked, 1, or 2, they're just going to be like a 9-8, and then they're going to think everything is fine, even though Rodgers is going to leave, and they're going to be in a much more worse of pain in the next 3, 4, 5. They'll be heading to the Red Wings territory pretty soon. I think honestly,
wow.
if they don't get a quarterback and a young one that can develop, They're heading to Red Wings territory in football. And nobody wants to be in Red Wings territory.
Man, sir, that's a hot take.
I feel like the Blue Jackets will want to be in Red Wings territory still.
Hey,
Add some Stanley Cups to their names, perhaps.
We've been mediocre. There's a difference.
Oh, okay. Sure.
My biggest question is eventually we'll come across in one of these podcasts years down the road is whenever Tomlinson retires from the Steelers, who's going to take over? But yeah, sir, I agree with what you're saying. Because if Aaron Rodgers goes down injury, knock on wood, he won't. Who's gonna be their backup? I mean, obviously they have a backup, Mason Rudolph, Will Howard too, but he's on the IR for the Steelers. But it was definitely very impressive what Aaron Rodgers did. I'm pretty sure I gave him a 6 last week, even though we had to vote on the group median because I was the only one out of all three of us. You know, we made our picks last week for who's making the playoffs. I picked the Steelers. So yeah, keep him at a 6 for me, even though the median's 5. A win is a win, and a win is a win. They can pull out the win, heck yeah.
But yeah, I just kind of feel like the Steelers team is just kind of mid. I just feel like it's the same problem as Russell Wilson, the Wilson era, the same problem as Big Ben era, where it's just like they're just like being
Big Ben won a Super Bowl.
But I'm saying the late Big Ben eras. Oh. I'm not talking about Big Ben 2010. Or like the 2000s, like early 2000s.
Yeah, whenever it was, right.
Yeah, early 2000s Big Ben. I'm thinking the latter half of Big Ben, where Big Ben should have retired like 3 or 4 years ago.
True test is next week. You know, it's a Seahawks visit Pittsburgh. Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
I don't know. That's going to be a 50-50. I don't know. I don't feel confident on that one, so we'll see how that one goes. And now we'll start with Christopher here. We got the Carolina Panthers losing 18 points, I believe, to
16 to the Jaguars, right? 26
to the Jaguars. And it's funny because I guess Bryce Young was paying more attention on the Jumbotron on which ball is going to be on 1, 2, and 3 instead of which pass is going to be to the next player.
I heard about that. So it was the mix-up game where the ball goes under the cup and then they move the cups around. Is that what the game was?
Yes, and Bryce Young.
Yeah, that game is pretty addicting, but when you're a quarterback of an NFL team, you should be doing that.
If you're a quarterback, should you pay attention to that?
Yeah, well, I mean, what quarter was it? How many points were they down by? So maybe it doesn't matter. Stuart, what did we give the Panthers last week? Probably 2.
Yeah, so the Panthers, we actually were a little bit more optimistic on the Panthers, actually. So other Chris and I, because you were not there, so we gave the Panthers, me and you and other Chris gave it 4s, and Douglas gave him a 5.
Wow, I'm gonna have to disagree with you guys. 4, 5. Give them a 3 right now. I mean, there wasn't much happening in that game. And when teams don't do much of anything, they lose. And that's what the Panthers do. And if they continue that trend of not doing anything to cause a loss, then they could end up 3, hopefully outside top 5 draft pick. But yeah, currently a 3.
All right, Douglas.
Yeah, but I agree. I think they're a 3. I was kind of hoping that their momentum from the end of last year would take them somewhere, but that doesn't appear to be the case.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I kind of feel about the Panthers. It's just like they should have done better this game. This is pretty bad. I feel like Bryce Young could be a good quarterback. I think there was potential last season. Like he came almost close against the Eagles, almost close against the Chiefs, 2 teams that literally made it to the Super Bowl. But yeah, he lost to a mediocre Jaguars team, and I don't think the Jaguars are that good. Spoiler alert. I don't think they're that good. So I just feel like that this is a 3 team. And honestly, Bryce Young, you need to be paying attention with your snap count and not playing cup games. I'm just saying. And now we'll start with you, Douglas. The Jacksonville Jaguars, who they won decisively. They won 18 points, the second highest in the NFL by the most scored points right now.
Yeah, I liked what I saw, Stu. I liked what I saw.
You liked what you saw. Trevor Lawrence is looking good. Me and Douglas gave him 5. Actually, your name gave him a 5, and Christopher gave him a 4.
Yeah, so the median's 5 because I had them in my stock options for this week. Let's go.
Yeah, so I should ask this, and this is all the teams that happen. Is the Jaguars good or the Panthers bad or both?
Might be a little bit of both.
You're feeling a little bit of both.
Yeah, this team's hard, man. I mean, I don't. It's like at least I thought Trevor Lawrence had more potential than he's shown thus far. And like, it was kind of nice to see them dominate. I'm also excited in fantasy now that I have Travis Etienne because they got rid of Tank Bigsby. So thank you much for that. I mean, I don't know if I'm too optimistic, but I'm going to go with the 5. Like, they don't quite feel like a playoff team just yet, but like, I won't be shocked if they, made a push at it, stayed competitive this year.
Yeah.
Maybe the AFC South is a 3-team division. Them, the Colts, and the Texans. Who knows?
I don't know. I mean, I feel like they did beat the Panthers team, but like they did win good. But is this team good or is the Panthers bad? And I think it's more the Panthers are bad, and I kind of feel like this team is still mid to like okay. I think I would bump them up to the 5. I mean, granted, I gave them the 5. Tree gave him 5. I feel like this is more of like a 5 team. I just don't really feel impressed with what's happening with the Jaguars. I know they won decisively, but it's not really against a really great team. It's against like the Panthers. So I can't really feel good on this one. So, and we'll start with you, Christopher. What is your?
So yeah, we all gave him a 5. I'm gonna keep him right there. Like I said, with my chart with the Chargers winning, I took Chargers stock not because they're gonna bump up, just so like I wouldn't lose stock if one of the teams lost. And I knew the Jaguars were gonna win this game. So it was a safe bet to definitely put stock in them. I just think that the Jaguars, they're bad. The Panthers are worse. If this wasn't, I would probably if the Jaguars lost this game, I would love to give them a 4, but they won, and I can't boost them down. So yeah, 5 from me.
Oh, the only
and like Doug said, they got rid of Tank Bigsby. Was it yesterday or today? That was yesterday. So more work for Travis Etienne. Travis Etienne did amazing, 143 yards. So I can if we had stock in individual players, I would put my stock in Travis Etienne going off.
Trevor did play good on this game. I will give him credit.
Trevor Lawrence needs to start finding Travis Hunter or whatever he needs to find out there. 1 interception, 1 touchdown, 178 yards. But a win is a win. Jaguars at F5.
Yeah, that's
and like I did mention earlier, for the AFC South, it's going to be the Colts or the Jaguars. And I gave the Colts a 6. Jaguars, giving them a 5.
Yeah, that's very much indeed in this one. And now we got the Saints that are not marching in. They did lose to the Cardinals by 7 points, 20-13. It was pretty much the Cardinals had control the whole game at this point. I mean, we all gave them ones. This wasn't a disaster. This wasn't like an absolute tire fire that I thought it was. You know what I mean? But they still won. Let's be honest.
Ooh, what did we give them last week, sir?
We gave the Saints a 1.
Yeah, nice.
I literally said 1-16 for the Saints record. I don't think this team is good. I don't think this is a great team. Granted, I'm not really impressed with the Cardinals right now because they lost to a really crummy Saints team with Spencer Rattler as your quarterback. And also, I will say they have the most – if I had to pick for the stock options for the worst uniforms right now, it's got to be the Saints.
You don't like the gold and the black? Come on.
No, I don't like it. It looks gaudy.
It's a sharp look.
It's not good.
Saints are 0-1. They're playing the 49ers next week. That 49ers team's looking roughed up. But it's how they currently play and sorted on the dot. Yeah, keep them at a 1. I mean, there might be another team who's fighting for the 1 spot, and that's this team over here in the corner of my room. But right now, the Saints are playing worse than the Browns.
It's like who's going to have the biggest anchor right now, the Saints or the Giants?
Yeah, I mean, you guys nailed it. They're a 1. I mean, they did nothing to improve that number.
No, this team looks like they're trash. Like I honestly don't think. Like Douglas, do you think they're going to go 2-15? Your prediction?
I mean, 3-14. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. I'm a nice guy.
You're a nice guy. Can you believe that? We bullied you, Douglas, into giving them a 1, and that bullying was correct. It was correct, sir. Sometimes bullying can work.
Sure. Sure, Stu.
We pressured you in there, Douglas.
I mean,
Sometimes
think about it, there were 0, 2, and 15 teams last year, so it's not a bad take by any means.
Yeah, but still, this ain't the good take. This is,
I mean, 49ers, they're roughed up.
Yeah.
Saints could beat them next week. I'm not going to take money on them, put money on them, but there's always that possibility,
Yes, there's always a possibility indeed. And now we got the Arizona Cardinals, who did win by 20-7, by 7 points against a mediocre and maybe god-awful Saints.
What did we give the Cardinals last week or in the preseason rankings here?
The preseason rankings, I should say, we gave the Cardinals.
Because we gave them a 4 because I put stock on them. Nice, that's great. Me
and you, Chris, gave him 4s, and Douglas gave him a 6.
Ooh,
let's go.
I think I might have. Doug, did you have stock in them this week? If so, then Stuart and I saved you with the median of a 4.
Yeah, I think I did actually.
Nice. So maybe we could. I mean, I don't know. I think I might have said on last week's podcast or a couple weeks ago. The NFC West. Well, besides the NFC North, is one of the tougher divisions. I don't know who's really going to win it. The 49ers, they have a bunch of injuries. Brock Purdy's shoulder and ankle, or shoulder and wrist. Juwan Jennings, shoulder. George Kittle, he left the game. I think he was injured. So where do we go from there in the NFC West, depending on how their injuries are for the 49ers? Because I said the 49ers are going to win the division. Cardinals bump them up to a 5.
Let's go.
And I said that because the Rams looked pretty good this week. So, yeah, tough division. The way the Cardinals are playing, I mean, the Saints are a terrible team. So are the Saints just that bad, or the Cardinals mediocre or good? So right now 5.
All right, Douglas. Is your team your second favorite team in all the NFL?
Are they?
Yeah.
Just because you live there, Doug.
That's because you live there. You lived in Arizona? What?
That's what they tell me. So I will stick firm with my 6. I mean, they looked solid. No complaints from here. Oh gosh.
Yeah.
I mean, I like the Kyler Marvin Harrison Jr. combo right now. I'm here for it, Stu.
Yeah, I'm just not impressed against the Saints, though. I hate to say it. You might hate me, Douglas.
Stu, why would I hate you? Do whatever your heart desires.
I just don't feel impressed. I mean, I just feel like I can't bump them up right now because they beat a Saints team that's probably only going to get like maybe 1, 2, 3 wins this season. This team will probably be the first one eliminated when we'll do our eulogies. Mark my words, they'll probably be like the number 1 or the second, or maybe if the NFC South is just garbage, then maybe they'll.
Week 15, baby. Calling it.
Maybe they can hang in there, but this team's a 4. I'm not impressed. You should annihilate this team. I'm not impressed with the Cardinals right now. I'm just don't think that they're capable of that. I mean, you're going to win some stock options, Christopher, on this one.
And Doug took Cardinals. Sure. Did you put any money on the Cardinals?
I did not put any money.
Oh, you should have, because just got some stocks there. Let's go.
It's so funny because like all the teams that won, I'm like, they won, but they didn't win decisively unless it was the Packers.
Hey, like I said, take the stocks to save your $100 or our buying money. As long as you're not losing money, you're keeping it there.
Yeah, indeed, in that one. And now we got the worst team, probably second to the Saints. Russell Wilson, who needs to retire, for God's sakes. That game was atrocious. My God. Like, I know the Commanders are good, but golly. Lost 6-21. This team is garbage. And we're going to start with you, Douglas. Is this team going to get the 1 or are they going to get the 1?
What did I give him last week?
We all,
what do we have,
me and Douglas gave him 2s, and Christopher was the only one that gave him 1s. You're only one you've given out.
That's right. Because I remember now. 1s are either the number 1 overall pick or the second overall pick.
You know, Stu, I'm gonna. Oh gosh, no way. I'm gonna stick firm at my 2. I think it's more Washington's really good.
Yeah.
Washington, they added some pieces. Like they're. I don't know. I mean, I think once Jackson Dart gets to play too, this team will open up a little bit more than whatever that was.
Oh my God. It is so funny because there was also some angry Giants fans on the Twitters and YouTube and 5 Points vids that were still complaining that they're going to still keep Russell Wilson after this atrocious week.
Yeah, but they probably shouldn't.
Yeah.
Like
they should start using their rookie, but
I mean, are they going to beat the Cowboys? Is this team going to beat the Cowboys?
Wow, sir. I love that you subtly said that the Cowboys are trash.
Yeah,
Because you said, are they going to beat the Cowboys? That means the Giants are so bad and the Cowboys are equally as bad. Are the Cowboys?
Okay, we're mediocre, okay? We are mediocre. But we know one thing. We got the Giants number since 2017.
Ooh.
8 years. 8 years we own this franchise.
Love a good history lesson here on the podcast.
8 years. We never lost to them. Never lost to them in a away game. Never lost to them in a home game. And you're telling me that this Giants team is going to beat the Cowboys?
Do you guys play the Giants next week? Why are we
Yes, we are.
Oh, you guys are. All right, gotcha.
And this team is going to get the 1. They deserve this. Oh, my God. Like, honestly.
It's going to make it that much funnier when they beat the Cowboys, I think.
They're not going to beat the Cowboys. I will put a $5 bet on it. They're not going to lose to Dallas. We are not.
Is it in Dallas or is it in New York?
It's in Dallas.
Oh, yeah, I don't want that.
Yeah, you want to put $5? I will put $5 on
He
this.
just said he doesn't want to do it.
That Russell Wilson, who should have retired like 3 years ago, is going to play well?
He might.
No. Never going to happen. Lies. This is a conspiracy. There's some things, we shouldn't believe in make-believe. Like the Easter Bunny, Santa Claus, or Russell Wilson having a good season right now.
Boing. Yeah, keep the man at 1 for me as well. I gave him a 1 last week. Bottom 3 teams in the NFL right now: Saints, Browns, Giants. I'm not going to give the Browns a 1 because, they held close. Yeah, Giants 1. I mean, the Commanders are a good team, like Doug said, but I think this was a battle of a bad team and a good team.
Yeah.
Commanders could have won them probably like 42-6 if they wanted to. But man, it was not a good offensive display from Russell Wilson and the Giants.
It was not a good. It's also funny that other Chris in the podcast from Chris versus Everybody said the Giants had good defense, and I texted him. I'm like, so the Giants have a good defense, right? Right.
I mean, they shut down a really good offense.
They gave up 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, but only, like I said, the Commanders, if they were in the zone and more explosive, they probably could have racked it up to 42-6.
Yeah,
I'm surprised they didn't, because Jane Daniels was the leading rusher for the Commanders. What do you?
Yeah.
Okay, he had 68 for Daniels, and then Bill Ja'Cory Cross get married at 82.
But I don't know. I just don't feel. I mean, I could honestly see him only winning like 3 games, and I think they're going to bench Russell. Like, mark my words. Who is going to be the player that's going to get benched? Will Russell Wilson get benched?
Yes.
Wait, who's going to be the player to get benched?
Who's going to be the first player that's going to get benched?
Oh, he's their starter.
Let's put it this way: who's going to be more likely that's going to get benched? Joe Flacco or Russell Wilson?
First, I mean, they're both going to get benched.
But who's going to get benched first?
Russell Wilson.
I think it's going to be Wilson.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they'll probably keep him for a couple more weeks because it's like, okay, close losses, and then get the with the Browns.
I don't know, Stuart. They're playing the Cowboys in Dallas. This is where Russell Wilson turns the season around for the Giants.
Yeah. Here we go.
$5 bet.
No, Stuart. No.
Well, yeah, that's how confident you guys are. That's how confident you guys are. Okay, just
Sure, you never know. Some of the things we say on here, whether they're sarcastic or not, they might turn into the truth.
They're not. Yeah.
Just like I had the Chargers. I think Doug said he had the Chargers in their stocks, and they beat the Chiefs.
Well, we're selling a lot. Nobody bought the Giants for a reason. I'm just saying. None of us clicked it. None of us.
Yeah. But next week's a new week. We could all put money on the Giants if we want.
Oh, you ain't putting money on the Giants. Hell no.
All right. Let's focus on here.
Now, let's watch about the Commanders. And you know what? The Washington Commanders looked amazing in this game. They did. I mean, granted, the defense looked amazing. They stopped Russell Wilson. They beat him by 15 points. The third highest scored percentages in the NFL this week. We all gave them 7s right here last week.
Wow.
We all feel confident. Do I give them the 8? I'm thinking about it. Thinking about it to pick them out. And I still feel like it's a 7 for right now. Because, I mean, I think the Commanders are definitely good. I still think they can win that division. I honestly think they could beat the Eagles. I'm being like legit. I think they can honestly win the division. I still feel like my Stu Stradamus predictions, and I'm going to be right. I'm going to call myself Stu Stradamus. Stu Stradamus is never wrong on any predictions whatsoever. You can check the tape right now.
No, we're not going to check the tapes, too. Sorry.
You're not going to check the tape?
No.
Check the tape right here. We got the recordings right now. We have it all on YouTube. So I'm going to give them the 7 for right now. I think the Commanders look legit right now. I just don't – I can't put them at the 8 for right now because it's against the Giants. I don't think the Giants are that good. So I think for right now, I'm going to keep them at the 7 for right now.
All right.
Yeah, I'm keeping them at a 7 easily. I mean, the true test is coming up Thursday night, playing in Lambeau Field against the Packers.
That's going to be a great Thursday game.
Against the Detroit Lions. So, yeah, no 8 for me. Not going to lower them. I still think they could win an opening round game. But, man, Thursday night's going to be a heck of a game, like you said.
Them against the Packers, it's going to be such a good game, honestly. I'm so excited for that. That is honestly, that might be the hype. That might be – we're actually getting some good Thursday night football games, gentlemen. It is crazy.
I mean, that's what the NFL needs to do if they want to compete with college football baseball's going on right now, but the NFL, I think they're starting to – well, I'm pretty sure they've always known this, but now they're really starting to incorporate it. We're like, yeah, they could easily lose to viewership to a college football game.
Yeah, and honestly, I mean, I remember back in the 2007, 2008 when Thursday night football, it was always like a trash team versus like a trash team, or like one team that's good versus another one's bad. We're finally getting good Thursday night football. Finally.
Because honestly, if it was like the New York Giants versus, man, I don't know, the San Francisco 49ers on Thursday night, I'd probably rather watch the college football game that's on that night than that joke of a game.
Yeah.
Maybe not the 49ers. Someone, maybe the Buffalo Bills, you know? Mm-hmm. Someone, though, that would kick the rocks off and the socks off of the Giants.
Anyway, Douglas, what is your thoughts on the Commanders?
I mean, I think you guys summed up pretty nicely. They still should be the favorites to win their conference or division at least.
Who was right? Who was right?
Well, Douglas? I mean, still the Eagles are still the defending Super Bowl champs and just beat your Cowboys.
You thought it was done last week.
What are you gloating about? I don't even understand, if I'm being honest. We all know that the Cowboys are the third best team in their division. We've said that all along, and that's all it is. It's the same thing. Is it Commanders, Eagles, Commanders, Eagles, Commanders, Eagles? The two teams.
Why?
You're acting like it's a bold take to say the team that was also in the NFC Championship game last year could win their own division.
I'm just saying.
That's not a bold prediction at all.
This is a bold prediction.
It's not.
And in other news, the Cowboys still suck.
How dare you? Why do you have to hurt me? I'm in my apartment and I'm crying.
I want a 7, Stu. Give me my 7.
After this, I'm gonna rage sleep.
Good, me too. Let's move along here.
Yeah, me too.
Even Douglas.
All right, who we on to next, sir? Here we go.
You give him the 7, Douglas.
Douglas did give him a 7.
It was so funny. Even Douglas.
Ooh, the Falcons. Oh man,
I
I did pick the Falcons with stock.
All right, we're gonna start with you. I'll start with myself right here.
You
The
can start
Atlanta
with whoever you
Falcons
want to.
literally had this lead. They should have probably won this game, and they blew this game by two things, basically a touchdown by at least 1 minute left in the game, scored a touchdown, Buccaneers, but they missed a field goal. But they're like, okay, Buccaneers missed a field goal. Oh my God. We're going to do this. This is our year. We're going to change this up. Oh God. And then the craziest thing happens. Young Wei Koo misses a field goal right here. He misses it to the right. Oh my God. It was like, no. But anyway, we all gave the Falcons. Actually, we gave the Falcons.
Probably a 5.
I believe we did give them a 5. It was like,
because I was the only one to give them a 6 because I still think the Falcons can win the division.
actually, you gave them a 5 in the preseason.
Did I? All right, gotcha.
So I'm up down to 4. That's how I feel about the Falcons. It's like they should have won this game. It sucks because it's like Baker was good in clutch time, and the Falcons couldn't do this. Like Michael Penix, even though people were there was a reporter, not a reporter, but in the press thing, they said Michael with a how to make this not inappropriate as possible. Michael, let's just say body parts, Junior.
No, we get it, Stu. We get it, Stu.
So we'll start with you, Christopher. Can Michael Penn?
We gave him a 5 last week. I'm gonna keep him at a 5. I mean, it was a good fought game at home. They easily could have won this game. Win's a win, just like a loss is a loss. But I'm not gonna drop them down too much because this is a team that'll just barely miss the playoffs currently because they'll probably their record will be 8-9. Buccaneers might be 9-8 to win the division. So yeah.
All right, Douglas.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like in a 5. Like, I think they played well enough to not necessarily have a huge drop down. Like, they're going to be competitive all year, but like, I don't think they can get over that hump into the playoffs though.
No, I kind of feel like I mean, they're still. I mean, I gave them the 4 for right now for a little bit, but I just kind of don't feel like they're in that great spot for right now, and I feel like they could definitely still be in the issues right over there. And now we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So we'll start with you, Christopher. What is your thoughts about the Buccaneers?
I can imagine we gave them a 6 last week since we gave the Falcons a 5.
Yes, we gave the Buccaneers all 7s.
Oh, what? No, I didn't give them a 7. No way.
You gave. Oh, actually, you were not there.
I told you, I'm not. I mean, I like the Buccaneers. I like what Baker Mayfield's doing. The rookie Mecca Buka from the Ohio State University.
Yeah,
heck of a game. So yeah, the Buccaneers, like they're a great team. They're they got the parts of the machine rolling together, and that's why I gave them a 6 because I still give them a 6. There's other teams in the NFC that I would prefer or would think they're going to win a first round game over the Buccaneers. So keep them at a 6 for me.
Oh, so you're going to bump them down to the 6. Interestingly,
I'm not bumping them down. Well, I mean,
technically, other Chris put them at a 7, but
yeah. So based off of our rankings as a median, I guess I can't bump them down. All right, give me a 7.
Yeah.
Give me a 7.
Yeah,
you're right.
And now, Douglas, what is your thoughts about the Buccaneers?
If I had them at a 7, I mean, that's where they shall stay. I mean, it wasn't super smooth, but like once the team gets healthy, like they're gonna have a good chance of making a run. Like I've seen some people even picking them to like be a sleeper Super Bowl contender, and there's still a chance, man. Baker's a baller.
I mean, I do feel like so it'd be my turn. I do feel like the Baker could definitely do it. I mean, that is a great clutch to get that touchdown with a minute left. I believe it was like 3rd down, and he still got that clutch time. That's pretty impressive. Even though I will say maybe the Falcons are the best team, but that's still impressive to come in clutch time, get that right there. Do I feel like this is an 8 team? No. I still don't think there's like an 8 team. I think there's a lot of parities in this NFL and the NFC. I don't think I can put them at the 8 for right now. So for right now, I'm going to give them at the 7 for right now.
All right now.
All righty, indeed. And now we got to talk about your team, Christopher, the Brownies losing to the Bengals 16-17 because your kicker did not know how to kick a field goal.
Yeah, and this short and simple, what we gave the Browns, a 2 last week or a 1?
Yes.
Which one?
We gave them, we all gave them 2s. So
2s. All right, we're going to keep them right there. I did say just 3 minutes ago, bottom 3 teams, Saints, Giants, Browns. Browns didn't lose. 2 interceptions from Flacco. So there's an offensive miscues right there with 2 interceptions. But our defense looked great. Myles Garrett was able to get to Joe Burrow 3 or 4 times. Heck of a defensive game. It's our kicker's fault. Browns should have won this game. Had we not missed the PAT, it would have been 17-17. Had we not missed the field goal, it would have been 2017. Browns fans could have walked home and drove home happily. But we lost, and so they're at a 2. I mean, like I said, it's a game we could have won. If we would have won that game, maybe a 3. But a close game against a good division rival in the Bengals.
Yes. And now, Douglas, you gave them a 3 last week. So what are your thoughts about the Brownies?
Oh man, I mean they played like a 3. Like they hung around in a game they weren't supposed to. Like they did exactly what a 3 is supposed to do. I'm gonna keep it at a 3. I'm gonna stay optimistic. I mean, they should have won this game. Myles Garrett is probably the best offensive player in the league, and hopefully Dylan Gabriel or Shadur Sanders get a turn here and can tear it up.
I just kind of feel like the Brownies, it's just been like, it was a close game. I'll give them wrong. But is this a great – but I feel like even for a weak Bengals defense, they should have won this game. They should have, Chris, right?
Shoulda, woulda, couldas.
Yeah, this is not a really great Bengals defense. And I don't think anything is – and we'll get to there when we talk about the Bengals. But I feel like I'm still going to keep them at the 2. I don't think this is the garbage like 1. I don't think it's the bottom feeders because, like I said, I feel like for my 1s this week, it should be you collapsed really badly or I thought you were going to be like garbage. You know what I mean? If the Browns lost like 30 points against the Bengals, yeah, I'm putting them at the 1. Guaranteed they deserve the 1. But they at least hung around. They fought. They did okay. But
I mean, the Browns defense only gave up 7 yards the entire second half.
Yeah.
For Bengals offense, that's supposed to be amazing and explosive. That's not what happened on Sunday.
Did not happen on Sunday right there. Indeed. And now we will talk about the other team, the Bengals, who won by 1 point. And where last week we, gentlemen, gave the Bengals, Douglas gave them the 6. And me and Christopher, actually Tree and Christopher, gave them both 5s.
Ooh, nice.
So, Stu, if they can win a game where Jamar Chase does nothing and Joe Burrow doesn't play lights out and like their offense didn't click, I got to stay with the 6. I mean, they won. They're 1-0. It was a tough win, but at the end of the day, they're 1-0. They still probably have the best quarterback wide receiver tandem in the league.
Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed. I feel like for the Bengals, they only won by 1 against a mediocre Browns team. This team is not the greatest. Granted, I just have to do a congratulations. Slow clap. Congratulations. You beat a mediocre Browns team. Wow. Do I need to give you a cookie? Do I need to give you a participation trophy? Here's a medal. You beat the Browns. Good for you. They're not getting the 6 for me. They're staying at the 5. This team is not that bad. They're still like okay at most, but
Stu, this is a game that last year's Bengals would have lost. And so they were just outside the playoffs last year. This year they're going to figure out how to win those close games, and they're going to do it.
Yeah, spot on, because last year, week 1, the Bengals lost to the Patriots, ended up missing the playoffs by 1 game. And now here we go. They win week 1 in Cleveland. Bengals making the playoffs. I like what Doug said. They still managed to win a game, and that means their defense showed up. Like I said, they got 2 interceptions against Flacco. But on the other side, I like what Stewart said. You can't have this team that's supposed to have all star power, great offense, Keep them at a 5 for me. I'm not sure who the Bengals are playing this upcoming week. Let's see if I can see. Yeah, Jaguars. So if they can win at home against the Jaguars, which based on the way the Jaguars played,
But I think they need to win like at least good. I think they can't have these like close games because I'm just like, how are they going to do against the Ravens or the Steelers? You know what I mean? Or the Chiefs?
Well,
Yeah,
they
that's
get
why I
to
gave them a
play
5 because right now they're currently playing like a team that should just barely miss the playoffs. But next week they beat the Jaguars. Maybe we can see them, start to gain some traction with their offense because Chase only had 26 yards receiving. So maybe he needs a game or two to warm up, and then he'll really have a great, amazing season that he's supposed to have.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes indeed in that one. And now we got the Patriots. Man, lost to the Oakland Raiders. I believe it was kind of a close game. It was kind of a boring game, 20-13. I'm going to start with myself. I gave the Patriots, me and Christopher gave them a 2. This is a 2 team. Let's be honest. I don't think this team is going to do as hot. It's the Patriots. I kind of feel like this is like the most forgettable team right now. What's going to be interesting? You lost by 7 against the Raiders, who I think is kind of a mid team. Just saying. What's interesting about it?
What's interesting is I'm looking at the game stats. Drake May threw to 9 different receivers. That's impressive. The Patriots, but looking at the stats as well, the Patriots need to get their running game together. I mean, Henderson, the rookie, leads the team with 27 yards. That's not too good.
Yeah.
So what? We gave them a 2 as a combined group. Yeah, keep them at a 2. I mean, you didn't win the game, so I'm not going to give you a 3. Yeah, if they can, like I said, Drake May, it seems like he knows how to distribute the ball pretty well. Just got to get that running game, and they'll get it with a rookie in Travion Henderson.
Yes. And Douglas gave him a 4, I should say.
Ooh,
Ew.
wow.
Ew.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean they didn't look good. They lost. I mean, I'll drop them to a 3. Like I still have some faith. I like what I'm seeing in Drake May. I think Mike Vrabel will give this team like more of an identity, and they'll win some games, but they're definitely not going to be super competitive.
No, I just don't feel like this team. I feel like they're going to be okay, but Mike Vrabel's kind of like eh. And now, Christopher, you love Vegas. I love Vegas. So, what is your thoughts about the Raider Nation right here?
I mean, there's no way I gave him above a 5. Or what did we give him as a communal thing last week?
Oh, yeah. So last week we gave the Raiders. Let me go find it. Oh, we gave him. So I gave a 4. Christopher gave him 3, and Douglas gave him a 5.
All right. So the median's 4. All right. Raiders, they actually look pretty good. I mean, like I said, they're in one of those divisions that's very tough. Chargers, Broncos, Raiders, Chiefs. They could easily be a team that could just barely miss the playoffs. Who do they even play next week? Let's see if I can find it real quick. And it doesn't matter. So we gave them as a 4. Give them up to a 5 because the way they're currently playing, they'll just barely miss the playoffs. But I can see that 5 dwindle down throughout the next few weeks.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to move them up per se because I mean they beat a Patriots team, but like I'm definitely not going to move them down. Like they still have Brock Bowers, Genty I think had a touchdown. Like they played solid. Like they got Max Crosby still. Like they got some dudes. Like this is a team that they're gonna be competitive for sure. They might be in it for a while.
So you're thinking the 5 for Douglas.
5 for me, Stu.
Ooh, we got our Raiders. We got keeping the 5 right there. Christopher bumped him up. I feel like this Raiders team. I mean, I do like Geno Smith right now, and I kind of feel like he's done well. This is against a Patriots team. I feel like is mediocre. I don't feel like this Raiders team is and I feel like this division is still tough because you got like the trifecta of like tough teams. You got the Broncos, you got the Chiefs, you got the Chargers. Are they gonna? Is Geno Smith gonna bump this team up at a rate in like high? I don't think they're gonna make the postseason. I think they could do better. You might hate me that I'm not really going this much, but I'm thinking probably gonna go with the 4 for right now.
Nice. So 5 for the median. All right.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty. Next, we got the Seattle Seahawks right now, who is just lost to the 49ers right now.
Yeah. I feel like this team lacks an identity, man. Like, I don't know. Like, I just what they lose was it 13-20? Is that right?
They lost 17-3, 17-13,
17-13.
and it was an injured 49ers. So let's start with you.
Yeah. What did we give them last time? Like a 4-ish?
Yeah, we gave them all a 4. Actually, we gave them all for the Seahawks 4s.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna say it a 4. I mean, I still don't know what San Francisco is, and they're hurt, but like, I mean, they were competitive, but they didn't win, so I'm not gonna move very much there.
Yeah, I feel like for the Seattle Seahawks, it's just been kind of like a mid-season right now. I'm just like, They did lose. It is funny now. This is now the third game that Sam Darnold has lost in a row.
Yeah. Sometimes you can't take the jet out of the quarterback, huh, Stu?
You can't take the Jets. You can take the Jets out of the quarterback, but you can't take the Jets out of the quarterback right now. So right now, I feel like they're the 4 for right now. They're the 4. They stand
right now.
4. That's up to you, Christopher. What is your
I'm gonna agree with you guys spot on. Give them a 4. I mean, I didn't pay much attention to this game. All I know is, Brock Purdy got injured, Juwan Jennings got injured, George Kittle got injured. At one point of the game, it seems like Brock Purdy went the entire length of the game, so his injury might have started really warming up to him after the game. Seahawks, keep them at a 4. Like Doug said, spot on. They're missing their identity. I mean,
they're missing their identity indeed. And now we got the 49ers who won a game even though they got duct tape to save this team, and somehow Brock Purdy scored a touchdown and won this game.
No.
He threw a touchdown. Let's say he scored one.
Yeah.
When I think about a quarterback scoring a touchdown, I think of him running it in, like Lamar Jackson. But anyways, what did we give the 49ers last week, real quick?
We gave the 49ers, I believe you said a postseason right now of the 49ers. Christopher gave him a 6, Douglas a 5, and I gave him a 4.
Yeah.
So median was a 5. I gave him a 6. Yeah. If I gave him a 6 last week or previous recordings of the podcast, keep him at a 6 for me. I mean, if these guys are truly injured, then we might see a CMC machine just do it up. I mean, he gave me like 25 fantasy points last week or this past week. Keep him at a 6.
All right, Douglas, what is your thoughts?
I mean, I'm gonna stick at the 5. Like, these injuries, they add up, and like they were injured last year, and we saw how that went. So like, you won a game against a team you should have beaten, and I'm not feeling like they didn't dominate. Now they're super banged up, so like I don't feel like this is a team that feels like a playoff team at the moment still to me.
Yeah, that's what I kind of feel like. I don't know if this team is a playoff team right now. I mean, they did win. They won it injured, but I'm like, are we still having the same problems as last year? Where the 49ers just got injured to all heck, and then it just like fell apart, and they just not made a postseason. Like, I just kind of feel like that they're in. I'll bump them up. I gave them a 4 last week. I think I might bump them up to the 5. I think this team, I think I'll give a little bit more positive. I feel like they do have an easier schedule, but I'm just like, last year the Colts had an easier schedule. Did they make a postseason? No. Just saying indeed right there. And now we got Broncos country. Let's ride. Actually, we should start out with the other team right there. We should go with the other one, which is the Tennessee Titans.
What did we give the Titans last week?
We gave the Titans last week. We gave the Tennessee Titans, gentlemen. We gave the Titans a dismal 3s.
Nice. Clear across the board.
So we'll start with you, Christopher. They did lose by 8 against the Broncos. I thought the Broncos were going to lose this game, but somehow they did it. They pulled it off.
Yeah, Rick, I'll keep them at 3. I mean, just because they got the number 1 overall pick in Cam Ward, that clearly did not, correlate to the outcome of the game. So yeah, I'm comfortable with a 3. I mean, yeah, it's a bad performance all around as a team. Their offense didn't do anything besides kick field goals.
Besides kicking field goals, indeed. Congratulations. You kicked field goals, Broncos country. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with Chris's logic. Like, I don't think I really want to move them. Like, they feel like a 3. Like, they're more competitive than maybe I imagine they would be, but like they still lost. So 3 for me.
Yeah. And I honestly feel like for right now, they're definitely in that 3 range right now. I mean, they did come close to the Broncos team. They lost by 6 against the Broncos. I just feel like they're looking okay, but I don't know if this team is going to make it to like that promised land right over here. And I just kind of feel like this is like a mid-team for right now. So they're in the 3 range indeed. And now we got Broncos country. Let's ride the power of Bo Nix to win this. We were pretty optimistic on the Broncos. We gave them 6s. Douglas gave them a 7. How do I feel? Do I think this team, they almost choked this game away?
Did
they? They didn't look as hot, but they won it. A win's a win. So I'll give them the 6 for right now. I just feel like that this Broncos team looks okay, but it's just been like a little bit okay. They're kind of like this meh right now. So, and we'll start with you, Christopher.
Honestly, now that the way we saw the Chiefs play on Friday night, man, maybe the Broncos could be bumped up to a 7. But I'm going to keep them at a 6. Next week, we'll see if we can bump them up just because it was who they played, The Broncos, still a young team, heck yeah. Tennessee Titans, young team, heck no, because their machines aren't clicking. Keep them at a 6. We'll see how the season goes, especially who they could be playing in the first round of the playoffs come the end of the season time.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. I mean, I'm not going to bump them down for a win. I mean, it wasn't as pretty of a win as we would have hoped, but we're going to stay at the 7.
Woo! You're going to go stay at the 7 for right now, Douglas. I feel like we're hitting like a lot. It's going to be funny. I feel like this week we've not been hitting a lot of teams. I feel like a lot of teams have just been like same, maybe a bump up and then a bump down.
I mean, it's only week 1. We'll start really restructuring this the stocks. The mountains and the valleys come week 2 or 3.
And now we'll start with you, Douglas. This is your Lions team. It did not look good. They did lose by like 13, but honestly, they should have lost by like 20. They won on a garbage time touchdown, and that was it.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely wasn't a inspiring start to the season. I'm kind of glad I didn't get to watch this much of this game because it didn't look pretty. I mean, do I think we'll look a lot better in coming weeks? Yeah. Like, I don't think that was a true, like, reflection of the Lions team, but they're getting used to new coordinators on the road. Honestly, a team that's a little bit salty because of, like, like they thought they could make a playoff push last year, and then they had the late loss to the Lions, and they lost, in a heartbreaking way to the Eagles, I believe. And so this is a team that knew that they were close, and they went out and they got one of the best players in the league. And so, like, the Lions, I mean, they didn't have it for whatever reason. I mean, I'm going to drop them all the way down to a 6 personally. Like, I need to see them kind of gain some momentum here. Like, I mean, we didn't win a playoff game last year, and like after this performance, I can't predict that we're going to win a playoff game this year. We need to do something.
Man, that is the biggest bump down. You went from like an 8 to a 6, and I have to agree with you, Douglas. I just feel like this is a warning sign right now. Now, granted, they could come back and bounce back against the Bears next week, but they can't have a bad game against the Bears. They can't lose against the Bears. If they have a bad game like this game, I don't know if this Lions team is making a postseason. They could be a 9-8 situation, and they're out of the playoffs. Ooh, wow. Like I just don't feel like this is not a great win, a great loss right now.
Yeah, if I gave them a 6 last, I'm sorry, Doug. Go ahead.
I was nice, dude. They're still just only 0-1, Stu. Like you keep panicking on it, like. Then you'll turn around and say how the Chiefs are destined to win the Super Bowl still when they're 0-1 and they look
we're
like
just
garbage.
in Lombardi's, baby.
Oh, because they got.
It seems like this one loss is making the Detroit's franchise just crumble. The way
Yeah, we're
the way
back. We're back to 2008 Detroit. We got outplayed one game.
Wait, you're going 0-17, baby.
It's over. Season's done.
Cancel the season. Cancel the season.
Yep, the
I'm not
coaching
sure
staff has no answers. We're done.
I gave him a 6 last week or 7.
You get
We'll keep it at 6. I mean, I'm sure the Lions will be remix. I'm sure that the Lions will bounce back. They'll bounce back. I mean, it was a bad rushing game. I think that was the first game in like 5 games that Gibbs didn't have a touchdown. So Lions will be fine, but like I would say, it's how they currently play. And whether I gave them a 7 last week or a 6, I'm okay with them either bumping from a 7 to a 6 or staying at a 6.
Yeah, indeed, on that one. And now we got the Packers, which the power of Micah, the power of them and Jordan Love, who has just owned the Lions. No, I'm just kidding. He did not own the Lions. It was just only one good game. But I think, honestly, this Packers team looked legit. You might be crazy, Christopher and Douglas. I'm thinking this team might be Super Bowl contenders. I'm feeling the 8 right now.
Oh, dang, dude.
And I feel like this is more because I'm thinking about, is it like the Lions bad or the Packers good, or is it both? And I'm thinking about it. I think this team looks legit. They got Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons sacked Jared Goff right now. So
He did.
I feel like that's a really good one. So right now, I'm giving them the 8.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a good game for Mr. Michael Parsons for sure.
Oh God, Stu already went to an 8. Unbelievable.
Yeah, right.
I'm just saying, they beat the Lions. Good. It's not good.
Sir, what did we have the Packers at last week? Probably
7.
7? No, all of us?
Yes.
There's no way I gave him a 7.
Yes. Oh, actually, you were there, but yeah, we all gave him 7s.
I gave him a 7?
Yeah.
Sir, I don't know if I agree with those numbers. But for the sake of time, I'll keep the Packers at a 7. Going to the NFC Championship game, sir. You still have the Eagles. I mean, the way they're the way they're currently playing, that was a great game. But I just don't see. I mean, I'm not going to give another team an 8 this week. I already mentioned that. But yeah, come on, a 7.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I mean, they played a great game, but like, you got to put it together. Like the Eagles, you still got the Eagles, you still got the Commanders, you still got some other potential threats. Now you got J.J. McCarthy looking like an absolute unit there for the Minnesota Vikings. It's no cakewalk that the Packers just run away with this division by any means. You still got the Lions, you still got a deep division. I mean, it was a great step for them to start the season, but I'm going to keep them at a 7. If they go out and dominate a few more weeks, then okay, we can talk about me.
If they do well against the Commanders next week, we should put them in the 8. I'm going to be like, I was right. And also, I will say, gentlemen, you said some not nice things. That you said when I said the Packers are going to win the division, not the Lions. Who's right?
When you said what?
I didn't hear what you said, Stu.
I said, when you said the Packers, it was like a dumb call, picking the division winner, the Packers. The Lions are better.
Sir, bring that comment back to us in week 8 or 9 when the division's really getting.
I was going to say, Stu, and you said that the Cowboys would be contenders again this year, and here they are in the fucking basement again.
We're going to win the Super Bowl,
Oh,
baby.
look, they're trading all their players, and they're taking another L.
Yes,
Get out of here.
How dare you all?
Get out of here.
How dare you?
You know, when the Packers play in Detroit, if they beat us in Detroit, then I'll say they're better, Stu. But like, I still think we'll figure some stuff out by then.
All right, we'll see. But I'm just saying, I'm gonna get my $5 I'm just saying, facts. And now we'll start with you, Douglas. The Houston Texans. It's actually kind of a close, a good game. 2 teams, but unfortunately, the Rammies won 9-14 in this game.
What a weird game.
It was a very weird game.
It seems like this was the most boring game of the week.
Honestly,
what did we give them last week? Did we just go 6s?
Yeah, I think we gave the Texans all 6s. Actually,
I mean, I'm gonna drop it down to a 5. Like this This was uninspiring, and like honestly, maybe we have a controversy with the Jaguars and Colts in their division now, looking like blowing teams out.
I
We'll
don't
see.
know. I
We'll
might have
see.
to disagree with you, Douglas. I feel like the Texans. I'm still going to keep them at a 6 because this is a good Rams team. I think honestly, the Rams looking kind of, dare I say, legit.
I mean, they put up 14 points, but like, sure.
I mean, Puka Nacua out of the top 5 wide receivers. If you have, CeeDee Lamb, yeah, he's in there. But yeah, compared to Jamar Chase, Puka Nacua had a great week. Don't get me wrong. But talking about the Texans, bump them down to a 5. I mentioned it at least twice already in this podcast when we're talking about the Colts and talking about the Jaguars. I think it's gonna be the Colts and Jaguars, top 2 teams in this AFC South. Maybe this is CJ Stroud's 3rd season, so maybe he's got that 3rd season slump. We'll see.
We'll see. We'll see in that game right there. And then we got the LA Rammies that are gonna ram it with only 5 points against the Texans.
Only 5. They got 14.
Well, I mean, they won by 5.
I see what you mean.
I meant 5. They won by 5. Just saying. But it's a weird game. I'm contemplating maybe should I give them the 8? Should I do it? I'm feeling it. I'm feeling the Rams.
Sure, Stu.
What is this? All right.
Stu, you should make your own podcast called Stu's Weekly Overreactions.
Yeah.
I feel like, you know what? Screw it. I'm giving them the 8, baby.
Once the podcast goes over an hour and a half, then this is where Stuart starts talking madness.
That's what we got. We try to wrap it up by an hour and a half, so we avoid this.
What did we give the Rams last week?
We gave them all 7s, basically.
I don't 8. That's interesting. I mean, I'll keep them at a 7, but based on that performance, 14 points. I know it's a season opener. Everyone's getting used to everything. The plays down, blah blah blah, playing with each other. But yeah, I mean, I'm surprised I gave them a 7 last week. I don't know what you guys told me or whatever. I would if I gave him a 6 last week, I'd continue to give him a 6, but I gave him a 7 apparently, and I'm not gonna downgrade him. So keep him at a 7.
I mean, I agree with Chris. I mean, I don't think that they're automatically an 8 after. I mean, it's not like it was a convincing win because, like, you could just bump the Eagles up because they also beat a team by 4 points.
But the Texans made a postseason.
Yeah, that's cool. But like I don't know. I mean, the Rams could make a run, but there's like 5 teams in the NFC that could easily win it this year. It's like, I mean, there's no guarantee. I think predicting the NFC Championship right now is like such a coin flip because there's so many, there's a lot of parity, like you said, Stu.
Well, you know what? Maybe it's an hour and a half, but I think my delusions are correct.
Well, we'll see here in about 4 months, I guess.
We'll see in 4 months, and then if I'm right, I want a no-tap apology.
Well, Stu, get my apology ready when the Chiefs start 0-2 here and well on their way to missing the playoffs.
I'm not going to do it. It's not going to happen.
All right, if you're not going to do it, then we're not going to apologize, sir. There we go. Eye for an eye.
How dare you? And now we'll start with you, Christopher, on the Baltimore Ravens, who at one point had a 2.
Yeah, it's 40-25 with like 9 minutes left. Oh, yeah. They're looking good.
This is a fun stat right here, gentlemen. They had a 99.1% odds of winning the game with 4 minutes and 48 seconds left.
Brutal.
And they lost this game by a field goal.
And that just shows why Josh Allen and the Bills should win the Super Bowl. But yeah, that's too early to say that.
Okay, we all gave them the 7s, I should say.
7. All right. I mean, man, I should give them a 6 because they lost. But because they played so well and should have won that game, keep them at a 7. Mm-hmm. I mean, when's the last time the Ravens, got out of the first round of the playoffs with a loss?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. Leave me at a 7. Like they had this game, man, and like I was literally preparing to like rate them an 8 and say how the AFC runs through Baltimore this year, and then in 9 minutes it just flipped. But like this team, obviously putting up 40 points is always impressive. Like Lamar Jackson is one of the best QBs in the league, and the defense is this is a good defense. Like it's surprising to see them kind of collapse like that there at the end.
Yeah, I think I'm
And
going to
now
keep
the
him.
AFC runs through Buffalo.
And now the AFC wants to Buffalo. But I think, honestly, I'm going to keep him at the 7 for right now. I feel like the Baltimore Ravens, they blew this game. They blew it badly. It was not good. Like, I think they should have won this game. Honestly, I think they let Josh Allen be Josh Allen. And it is crazy to think about it. You know, the last game the Ravens played, you know who it was against?
The Buffalo Bills too.
And what happened?
Was that the market?
Mark Andrews dropped a touchdown.
Yes. So 2 heartbreaks.
Yeah, it does suck, man. It does suck.
I mean, I know we talked about Baltimore. Can they beat the beat the Chiefs? Can the Baltimore beat the Bills?
You know, Stu, maybe the other Harbaugh has the better team right now in the AFC.
Yeah, I mean, I know that there's some people that are not happy about John Harbaugh and how he's coaching. I mean, granted, they have made the postseason. I don't think they should fire Harbaugh. Like, I mean, to be honest with you, you've been consistent. You've got a generational talent, Lamar Jackson. So,
yeah, but you got to bring home a Lombardi with a generational talent to make it all worth it.
Yeah, that's always true in that part. But we'll see how that goes, indeed. And now, Douglas, the Buffalo Bills have they've done well.
What a team! I don't know what I gave them last week, Stu, but this one's easy. I mean, they got to have the 8. Like,
yes, you gave them.
They beat arguably the best team. I mean, they're gonna if they just keep the course. You know, maybe this is finally the year that they do it.
Yeah, I honestly feel like this team looks legit, and to come back from a 14 game deficit and still won the game with a field goal kick to spare at the end, that's impressive. I'm giving them the 8 right now. This team looks legit. Honestly, the only thing is, can they beat the Chiefs if the Chiefs get there? This might be their window, and they have to do it. If this is a weaker Chiefs, and you're telling me, Douglas, that this is a weaker Chiefs, I think honestly Buffalo has a good shot of making that Super Bowl right now. That week really does show that.
I agree. Team to beat.
Easy for me, an 8 as well. I know I said I wasn't going to give any teams an 8, but man, the Buffalo Bills, they proved it. Relentless. They finished that fourth quarter strong, as we know. They're up by 15 points. So yeah, 8 for the Buffalo Bills.
Look at that. The Buffalo stock just went up and up and away.
Well deserved, Buffalo.
Yeah, too bad. Did anyone take the Bills for us?
No one took the Bills. Nobody took the Bills. Yeah. It's funny. All the teams I picked, I just feel like it's like, I don't think I got any stock options this week. And now we'll start with Doug. Actually, we'll start with me about the Chicago Bears, who had a great first half. And then the second half, disaster. Didn't look good. They blew that game badly. I'm just it's a disappointing game for the Bears. Like, honestly, lost this game 24-27. I thought they honestly won this game, and then somehow after the JJ pick 6, they just fumbled the ball at the end. It's like weird. If this was the first 2 halves, I'd be like, okay. Because last week we gave the Bears all 4. I believe we gave them all 4s, if I remember correctly. What did we give the Bears? I gave them a 5. Christopher gave them 4s, and Douglas gave them 5.
Nice.
I honestly think I'm going to have to lower them down. I think that you should have won that game. I think honestly that's a disappointing game right there. I can't lower them down like dramatically, but still, you should have won this game. You had 2/3. Literally 3/4, and you had the lead, and you blew it.
Against first game starting rookie quarterback still.
Against a first game starting rookie quarterback. First time since Steve Young, when a rookie quarterback trailed behind and won a game.
By 10 plus points.
Yeah, plus 10 plus points. That's how long ago it's been, Christopher, in this game.
I'm glad I gave him a 4 because I wish I could put him at a 5, but I don't think that this is going to be a team that just barely misses the playoffs. They'll miss the playoffs by a solid 3 games. Keep them at a 4 for me. I mean, like you said, sir, this is a game they should have won, but you know, we made our predictions last week for the playoffs, and my bold statement was that the Vikings are going to make it to the Super Bowl. So, man, look at that. They're 1-0.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, JJ had a heck of a fourth quarter. The Bears did not. And I mean, I'm not gonna lie too. Like, I thought after that first drive, I'm like, oh, dude, Ben Johnson just fixed the Bears. I was like, I can't believe it was Ben Johnson the whole time. He was the only reason that the Lions were good. And then they did nothing the rest of the game. And it was pretty funny. Unfortunately, that one rushing touchdown eliminated me in the guillotine league. Womp womp womp. Um, but like honestly, it was pretty fun. It was a pretty fun game as a JJ McCarthy fan and not a fan of the Chicago Bears. So like I'll keep them at a 4 though.
Man, we got a 4-4 indeed. And now the final team, we have it right here. The Minnesota Vikings, who has Vikinged their way maybe to a postseason. I will say we all gave
to a postseason.
Yeah, I'm just kidding. They're not making a postseason. Me and Douglas gave 5s and Christopher gave 4. So we'll start with you, Douglas. How do you feel about as the JJ whisperer?
You know, Stu, when I first saw JJ at Michigan, me and my colleague were like, if they start that dude, they will win a national championship. And then they started him and they won a national championship. The dude is a winner. He won a national title in high school. He won a national title in college. Maybe Chris is onto something here. Super Bowl in the NFL, perhaps. I mean, I'm not optimistic enough to go up to like a 7 per se just yet, but a solid 6, man. I mean, they like seeing JJ just put on a show in the fourth quarter and just seeing them take over, like that gave me confidence that JJ can do it. I mean, he didn't have the best game, but like the dude's a closer, he's a winner, and it was kind of cool to see.
I honestly am more impressed with JJ right there because let's be honest, that first half JJ looked trashed. Pick 6 with that 74-yarder, but I feel like after that pick 6, I feel like if this was any other quarterback, let's just put it, Daniel Jones, made a pick 6 right there. Tim Boyle, Zach Wilson, Justin Fields, are they going to come back from that deficit? No. But JJ did it, and I'm really impressed with the Vikings right now. I honestly think I'm going to give them the 6 for right now. I think they've done a really good job. I think they really did really well in that second half. They didn't let the pick 6 cost them, and really that fourth quarter really helped them out right there. So I'm going to give them this 6 for right now. Great.
And I'll wrap it up. I'll give the Vikings a 6 as well. I mean, yeah, there might be 3 teams coming from this NFC North. Well, as long as the Lions could move forward strongly. But, man, speaking of moving forward strongly, the Vikings look like they got it. Yeah. JJ McCarthy is looking solid as a rookie. Well, second year, right? I mean, he's a
second year, but first start.
Yeah. So yeah, looking good for the Vikings. Heck yeah, I'm excited for it.
Yeah. That is looking good right there. And look at that. That is it for this week. We got week 1 done. Woo! Let's go. One week down. 18 more to go. We're ready for the long haul, baby, because next week we got week number 2 with this week. And I'm going to say put some Cowboy stock right now because we're about to win. We're about to go high and up and away against the Giants.
Well, good luck with all that, Stu.
Yeah.
And gentlemen, do you have any final thoughts for this week?
No final thoughts.
No. Good luck to all. Hopefully the Lions do better in week 2. That's my final thought.
That's right. We'll see if the Lions do better. They do got to play against the Bears, so we'll see how that goes. So that's it for this week's. And I'll catch you later next week because always, I'm going to catch you later, Mr. Gator. So as always, take care. Bye-bye.